Hi guys, you're on the channel Read with Anna, and here I highlight the most exciting, the most fascinating, the most interesting and beautifully written novels, and also in general a lot of books. So here today I'm going to talk to you about something Chinese. As you may see, I'm not holding it actually accidentally. This is a very beautiful present. This is a Chinese doll, all in like on a national costume. I'm sorry, it's just like packed because it's a present, so let it be like that. Yeah, so today I'm going to talk about the novel which is called Snowflower and the Secret Fan, written by quite popular and famous um, woman that is she was born in France, in Paris, but all her life she has been living in California. She was born in the family of Chinese. Her grandfather or grandfather was Chinese. Anyway, this culture influenced her a lot, and that's why she has written like several books already, and some of them are bestsellers. And I'm not sure that you are that much aware of this book because this one is quite new but already quite impressive. It leaves you the impression, this book namely leaves you the impression that you have read something calm, at the same time obedient, at the same time painful, and at the same time strong. So it's easy to read. You will turn over the pages, and you will be gladly interested in what's going to happen next. So here in this novel, Snowflower and the Secret Fan, uh, the main actions are happening in China in those times where they used to have the tradition of finding a man for a girl and get them married. So, not you choose whom to love, whom to be with, but your parents, your relatives choose that. So, yeah, nowadays it sounds quite two-way traditional, I would say, but still, uh, you know, even now we know that in Chinese culture they have that, and but back to those times it was even worse in a way that you had to get married, because if you don't get married, you will be considered as somebody like absolutely useless. That's how the society, let's say, tortured young girls, even small girls, like they were growing up with the idea that the main thing to do in life is to get married, and if you're lucky, happily married. So, uh, this novel is about small girls who were growing up in the family with some other sisters and brothers, and there were very hard times because they all lived in poverty, and some of um, people, kids, died because of uh, sicknesses and diseases that happen when there is poverty, right? So the story goes, uh, it starts with two girls who were very much they were super cool friends, right? So they were very nice, very close, and this is about two girls, and they also talked about everything, like, and this is amazing, like this feminine side that women like to talk, women like to discuss something, they like to share secrets, and the main thing is to find the woman like you with whom you will be finding pleasure to talk to share something, right? Because not with everybody you can do that. So these small girls were growing, and then they reached the time when they had to there is like special term like bite their legs. Why? Because when you bite the legs, they don't grow, and small feet were considered the ones that were like very much popular and very much promising to a woman to get married. So those were the times, and at a certain time, at a certain point, this girl, the main heroine of the story, together with her sisters, and together with this friend of hers, they had to bind their feet, and by binding the feet, this ritual of binding feet meant not only the thing that you were on a high chance of getting married because your feet will not grow anymore and they will stay small, but with this ritual, they wanted to they wanted to make young girls to become obedient to husband, and obedient to the pain of giving birth to children. So, but another thing here states in this story that not all girls stayed alive, because before binding the feet, the mother did that to children, to her daughters, and they had to cut their nails the shortest possible, and then they binded their feet, and they had to stay like that tough for some days, and so it was incredible pain, and but some girls got infected, and one of these main heroine sisters died because of getting infected. So that's how horrible it can be as well. So, and yeah, and interesting enough, also another thing, that these girls invented, they developed, they elaborated the new language that they talked between each other, because it was forbidden to talk about binding feet, to talk about anything that relates to marriage. So everybody had to stay calm and just be obedient like 100% and do what they were told to by their mom mainly and her parents. So these girls elaborated special language, like secret words which meant something, and when they met, they were sharing these words, but in fact they were talking about absolutely another thing. So that's what impresses here the most, right? And these girls were growing and growing and reaching certain ages. By the way, interesting enough that in Chinese culture, here you can see that there is special kind of hairstyle, right? And they, as it appears, I didn't know that, they have different hairstyles as for women who were supposed to get married only, and the women who were already married. So, uh, yeah, and so these girls were still friends, and there was the time when they had to get married already, and parents chose the guys for them. On the one hand, they were very much afraid of all of that because they didn't know the guy, like that's ridiculous. But on the other hand, they were like hoping, and they trusted their parents' choice. So as they got married, and both girls were more or less satisfied with their husbands, but the main heroine was husbands was better, with attitude to her. And another thing that is brought up, that if you as a woman give a birth to a boy, you are considered so much valuable. If you as a woman in a marriage bring a baby who is a girl, you are considered like absolutely invaluable, or like less than somebody else or something like that. So can you believe it? So women were like supposed to live in all the time fear. So fear to get a good husband, fear to bring the right child to this world. So my God, what are we talking about, right? But so the main heroine was lucky with boys, and her friend was lucky after some miscarriages. So she had a girl and a boy, as far as I remember, right? So yeah, so this is the main thing that I wanted to highlight, how interesting, like some cultures can be, and how interesting their traditions can be, like some are good ones and some are bad ones, and some that we are in our modern world completely cannot agree with, right? Can you imagine your parents choosing the guy for you, bringing him to your house and saying, this is whom you will get married, and you don't have the right to say anything at all? So this is kind of extreme, right? But at the same time, I have just thought about it. Why not? There is something about it. So, like when parents choose the husband for you, that means that they know you, who you are, perfectly well, and they are communicating with other families where these boys grew up, where they were, and they already know on you, the family, the boys. So what to expect, more or less, from the marriage? They had a lot of assumptions. Yeah, well, definitely, I agree. That's kind of like not natural at all, right? But if they bring you somebody whom you really like, and who is kind of alike, why not? Tell me what you actually think as for this tradition, of when parents choose your partner for you. And leave your ideas, your thoughts in the comments, please. So, yeah, I will definitely make you happy with some of other my discoveries, but I think that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I'm gladly suggesting you to read this book. Quite interesting, although some of the pages at the very back were kind of boring for me, like I was trying to skip some information while reading, but overall the book is nice. So thank you for watching today, and see you next time.